Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to take a chance today to show you guys everything that we've gotten done so far in the Fixer Upper. If you're new to the channel, me and my husband bought a 1982 Fixer Upper in the Texas Hill Country, and we are transforming it into our dream home. We've made a lot of progress so far. We're getting ready to roll into some of the bigger projects, which include retexturing the walls and the ceilings, paint, and floors. But before we do that, I'm going to show you everything that we've done so far and bring you up to speed. Kenneth is doing all of the prep work right now for mudding day. We have some friends and family coming on the weekend, and we're going to try to tackle all of the walls and the ceilings to get them textured and mudded. So he's doing all the prep work to make sure everything's smooth and the joints are ready to go, and we can dive into that project on the weekend. The first big project that we accomplished was getting all of the paneling off of the walls. In the living room and the kitchen and the hallways, there was paneling all the way around. So we were very blessed to find out that there was drywall beneath the paneling. That was such a huge blessing, because if there wasn't drywall behind them, we were going to just have to paint the paneling and call it good, because we don't have it in our budget to redo the entire walls. So if there was nothing behind the paneling, it was just gonna have to be painted. But we got super lucky because we've got drywall. So Kenneth was able to get all of the drywall off the walls. This is one of the big projects when it comes to the texturing and the mudding, because then we're going to be able to paint and have a fresh surface. Another big project that we tackled already was getting all of the popcorn ceiling down. We have a whole video dedicated to both the popcorn ceiling and the paneling. So if you want to see that, go check out those videos. The popcorn ceiling, so satisfying. We were able to get the popcorn ceiling off of every single room. So all of the ceilings are going to be retextured as well. Plus, Kenneth found a super great way to get the popcorn ceiling off without causing a lot of dust and a lot of mess. So if you are ever curious about how to remove popcorn ceiling, go watch that other video. Welcome to the master bathroom. This, I don't want to call a win, but it was an experience. So if you've been following along, you've already seen this portion, seen this video, but this whole bathroom was covered in wallpaper. It was a trip for sure. First and foremost, I went in and I tried to remove all of the wallpaper, and it didn't go so well. Then we got wallpaper remover and we tried to do it that way. That didn't work either. Then we came to the conclusion that, you know what? We don't like this bathroom anyway, so we're just gonna do a full remodel of it regardless. So we're going to turn that into a shower. We're going to redo the walls. We're gonna redo the sink area. So this bathroom, I don't want to say that we made any progress on it, because we didn't actually make much progress, but we made some decisions and we made some changes. So we did get the wallpaper off technically, but there's still some adhesive stuck to the walls. Kenneth does believe that if he sands it down, because he did a little bit of a test right here, if he sands it down, he can mud over it and it comes out just fine. But now that we want to redo everything, including the shower, we don't know if we're going to tackle that before we move in. So we may be moving in with the master bath looking like this. Who knows? We're in the mudroom. This was another small project, but it's going to make a huge difference. There used to be a huge cabinet up here, and Kenneth took that down because we're not only going to redo the walls in here, he's going to turn that cabinet into a little bit of like a bench locker system so that we can take advantage of the space in here. It is narrow through here, but the bottom line is that as a family of 5 living in a rural area with livestock, we need a mudroom. That's non-negotiable, and we need to make the most of the space that we have in the mudroom. So we're going to take that cabinet that was up high here. He's going to put it back after we paint it, and then there's going to be a bench down here, and there's going to be a little bit of a cabinet system around it. That way we can utilize the space to the absolute max. If you saw the early videos of the kitchen, which was when I went through and I got all the contact paper out of here, if you saw those early videos, there was a wall right here. That wall is now gone. It was just a divider between the dining room and the kitchen, but the fridge that we bought didn't fit here, and we didn't really like the way that that wall separated the kitchen from the dining room to begin with. So the wall came out. Kenneth's got this all sealed and ready to be mudded so that it will be tight and compact. And then the fridge will go here, and then the cabinets came out. Last but not least, we decided to entirely forego the carpets. Originally, I thought we might be able to salvage the carpets that were in here. A lot of people freaked out about that. Your dreams came true. We cannot salvage the carpets. We had someone come out and look at them, and they told us that the pad underneath is already deteriorating. So even if you were able to clean them and make them look okay, structurally, they're just not going to last. So it's just going to be a bigger bill down the line. We did get an estimate on carpet because I really wanted to have carpets in the bedroom and the living room. I like the way that it feels on my feet. Bottom line is, carpet's not in the budget. We did find a good laminate flooring with a thick pad already built into it. So hopefully that'll help my feet a little bit more than just, you know, a hardwood floor. But carpet was out of the budget, and these carpets have got to go. Kenneth was kind of glad about this because it meant that we didn't have to keep the floors clean when he was doing the ceilings. He did put a tarp down, which obviously helped, but you can see around the edges of the room, when you're taking an entire popcorn ceiling down, there's only so much you can do to keep it clean. We didn't have to worry about it because the carpets are coming out anyway. Okay, you guys, that brings you up to speed with everything that we've done so far. And like I said, we are closer and closer to doing those really big projects that need to be done before we can move in. Some days it feels like that we've accomplished so much. Other days it still feels like we're a million miles away from where we want to be. Plus, we always tend to find more projects along the way. That said, as a family that cannot move into this house until certain things are done, it feels amazing to know that we are that much closer to being ready to call this home. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. If you're not following me on the other platforms, you can find me there as well. My handle is in the description of this episode. Also, I do want to mention thank you so much to everybody who has purchased gift cards to Lowe's off of our wish list. There were a lot of people who were asking me for a housewarming list or if there was anything that they could do to help our family. And we're not in a position of need, but there were a lot of y'all that wanted to give a gift to our family. We are so thankful for that. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate that and how much it's helped us make this project a little less stressful. If you want to see the link to the housewarming list, I've linked it in the description of this episode. And as always, the best thing that you can do for us, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you back next time. Bye.